der Sofa, die Sofa oder das Sofa. Der, die, das is always a challenge in German language. If you have started learning German, then you know how difficult it is to remember the genders of nouns. But you don't have to worry, because I have some good news for you. In this video, I will give you some rules which will help you identify whether you have to use der, die or das with a noun. And you will not have to memorize them. So let's not waste any time and let's get started. So in this video, we will first of all start with rules of how to identify masculine nouns. These are nouns which have the article der. After that, I will tell you how to identify feminine nouns with the article die. Then I will tell you how to identify neutral nouns with the article das. And at the end, I will give you a website where you can find the genders of different nouns easily if you don't know what their gender is. Memorizing these nouns can be difficult, but I can assure you that till the end of the lesson, you will be able to recognize them much easily by keeping in mind the rules which I will tell you in this video. So, which nouns are masculine? So there are different categories of nouns which are masculine. The first one are die Wochentage, which are the days of the week. For example, der Montag, der Dienstag, der Mittwoch, and so on. So all the days of the week from Monday to Sunday are masculine. Then the name of the months, such as der Februar, der April, der Januar, and so on. These are also masculine and will have the article der. The Tageszeiten, which are the times of the day, are also masculine. For example, der Morgen, which is morning, der Mittag, which is noon or 12 a.m. is masculine. However, there's an exception, and that is die Nacht. So night is not masculine, rather it is feminine and will have the article die in front of it. Then weather or Wetter is also masculine. For example, der Regen, der Schnee, which is rain or snow, and so on, are all masculine. One exception is that the noun Wetter itself is neutral and will be das Wetter. Then the Jahreszeiten, which are the seasons, these are also masculine. So it will be der Winter, der Sommer, which is summer, der Herbst, which is autumn, and der Frühling, which is spring. The Himmelsrichtungen, which are the map directions, for example, der Norden, which is north, der Süden, which is south, der Osten, east, der Westen, west, all these are masculine. The Währungen, which are the currencies, they are also masculine. For example, der Euro, der Dollar. However, there are two exceptions over here, and these are that the pound will be das Pfund and the rupee will be die Rupie. So these are the different categories of nouns which will be masculine. Now there are also some noun endings which are masculine. So any noun which will have these endings will be masculine. So the first one is or, such as der Motor, engine, der Direktor, director. So the nouns with the ending or will be masculine. The ending ing is also masculine. For example, der Zwilling, which means twin. So all nouns with the ending ing are also masculine. Nouns with the ending ig or ich are also masculine. For example, der Honig, der Teppich. Then the nouns with the ending iker are also masculine. For example, der Mechaniker, which is mechanic, is masculine. Nouns with the ending ist are also masculine. For example, der Journalist. Nouns with the ending er are also masculine. For example, der Millionär, which is a millionaire. Then nouns with the ending er are masculine. For example, der Koffer, which is a suitcase, der Lehrer, which is a male teacher, and so on. Nouns with the ending ismus are also masculine, such as der Kapitalismus or capitalism. Nouns with the ending and or ent are also masculine. For example, der Doktorand, a PhD student, der Praktikant, a male intern, or der Präsident, which is a male president, are all masculine. Then nouns with ending eur or o umlaut r are also masculine. For example, der Friseur, a male barber, der Ingenieur, a male engineer, are masculine. So these are all the noun endings which are masculine. So whenever you see these endings in any of the noun, just use there. Another important thing about masculine nouns is that all the male professions are masculine. We have already seen examples of these professions. For example, the president, their journalist, their mechaniker, their physio, their engineer. So any profession where there is a male will be masculine. Now let's take a look at the noun categories which are feminine. So the first category is die Zahlen, which are the numbers. Die 1, die 13, die 20, etc. So numbers will always be feminine. The second category is die Blumen, or the name of flowers. For example, die Sonnenblume, sunflower, or die Rose, which is the rose. All of these are also feminine. The third category is Obst, or the name of fruits. For example, die Banane, die Traube. These are also feminine. There is, however, one exception, and that is apple will be der Apfel. So it is masculine. So these are the different categories of nouns which are feminine. Now we will take a look at the noun endings which are feminine. So the first noun ending is ung. For example, die Heizung, die Rechnung, meaning heating or bill. So any noun with the ending ung will be feminine. The second category is the ending a or e in English. For example, die Lampe, lamp, die Straße, meaning street. So any noun which has a at the end will be feminine. The third category is Heit or kite. So die Freiheit, meaning freedom, die Möglichkeit, meaning possibility. Such type of nouns are also feminine. After that we have Schaf, for example, die Freundschaft, friendship. So the nouns with this ending are also feminine. Another ending is Ion. For example, die Religion. This is also feminine. The next category is the ending ik. For example, die Musik, die Mathematik, mathematics. So nouns with these endings are also feminine. The next noun ending is tät. For example, die Universität, meaning university, die Qualität, meaning quality, are also feminine. After that we have ur. For example, die Natur, die Kultur, etc. are also feminine. So the next ending is words ans or ens. For example, die Distanz, meaning distance, die Differenz, meaning difference. These are also feminine. The next ending is age or ade. So for example, die Garage, die Marmelade, meaning jam. These will also be feminine. Another noun ending which is also feminine is ae. For example, die Bäckerei, or meaning bakery. So any word with this ending will also be a feminine noun. And then we have in, which will also be feminine. For example, die Pilotin, a female pilot, die Ärztin, a female doctor. All these will also be feminine. And one thing to keep in mind is that this ending usually comes at the end of female professions. So all of these endings, when you see them in a noun, then you should recognize that this is a feminine noun, and you will use the article die in front of them. Now another important part is that all female professions are feminine. We saw some examples: die Pilotin, die Ärztin, die Ingenieurin. These are all feminine, and you see that all of them have the ending en. With this you can also recognize that this is a female profession. Now, which nouns are neutral? So let's take a look at the categories of nouns which are neutral. So the first one are the Farben or colors. For example, das Blau, meaning blue, das Grün, meaning green, etc. The second category are the alphabets or the Buchstaben. For example, das A, das B, das C, das D, and so on. All of these will also be neutral. The third category is metals and materials, or Stoff as they are called in German. For example, das Gold, das Silber, meaning silver. All of these will also be neutral. And the next category is fractions or Bruchzahlen as they are called in German. For example, das Viertel, meaning 1/4. This will also be neutral. And the last category are the English verbs which are used in German. For example, das Training or das Shopping, and so on. All these verbs will be neutral. So these are the categories of nouns which are neutral in German. Now, which noun endings are neutral? So the first noun endings which are neutral are line or schen. For example, das Mädchen meaning little girl, das Kindlein meaning little child. So these will be neutral. The second ending is ma. For example, das Klima meaning climate, das Thema meaning topic. Any noun with the ending ma will also be neutral. The next ending is ment. For example, das Dokument or das Experiment. So these nouns are also neutral. However, there is one exception over here, and that is moment. So moment will be their moment, masculine, and not das Moment. So nouns with ending are also neutral. For example, das Zentrum meaning center, das Datum meaning date. Such type of nouns are also neutral. Then nouns ending with ist, for example, das Licht meaning light, das Gesicht meaning face are also neutral nouns. The nouns ending with AAU, for example, das Niveau, which means level, such as the German A1 level that we are studying right now, will also be neutral. The words with the ending ATT, for example, das Bett or bed, will also be neutral. And the words with the ending tum, for example, das Eigentum meaning property, majority of them are also neutral. However, there is an exception, and that is der Reichtum, which means wealth. This will be masculine and not neutral. So these are the different noun endings which are neutral. You can take a screenshot of them, memorize them so that you don't have any problem with the noun endings. Now, as promised, I will show you a website where you can find noun genders, because you often come across a situation where you don't know what is the gender of the noun and it does not fall into any of these categories. Then you can always go to this website and find the noun genders. So let's go and take a look at the website. So the website is called lingui.com, and you can go to this website and you see that it will translate any word from English to German or from German to English. And for example, I write over here Buch, which means book. So you see it will tell me that this is a neuter in German. We can take another word, for example, Schule, which means school, and you see over here that it tells you that this is a feminine noun. You also see that from the ending, because it has the ending a at the end, which we already studied. But this is a good way to find out the genders of different nouns in German. You can also give the noun in English. For example, I just say school and it will tell me what it is. For example, school, it means Schule, and you see it has the F written over here, which means that it is a feminine noun. So in this way, you can find out the gender of any noun in German. So I hope that with these rules, your life will become much easier and you won't have to worry about memorizing the genders of different nouns. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel, as I will be uploading other German A1 videos. Thank you very much for your time and see you in the next video.